The votes from Tuesday's primaries have been counted, and some results have been surprising to voters, pundits, and especially a few office holders.
That's right. Even though the primaries are only the first round, we already know there will be some new faces in a number of offices. Our Stephanie Poole looks into what could be behind some of the changes.
In Tuesday's primaries, thousands of voters went to the polls to cast their votes. And in the aftermath, some longtime office holders are finding themselves looking for new jobs. Dr. Brian Anderson has made a career of studying politics. He says sometimes voters can surprise a candidate.
The voters, get that restlessness and they say, well, there are other people who could go in and add a punch of energy and could give voice to ideas that somebody who's been in office for 10, 20 years may not be able to articulate.
Anderson says voters seem to want candidates who can bring in new ideas and put them into action.
If they don't do that, then people say, well, this guy is not offering anything that's relevant to us. We need a new voice.
He says once politicians get into office, they tend to rely on controlled programs to get their word out to the public.
Candidates have winning formulas for how to win office and stay in office. And that can be a very good thing if it speaks to what the people are interested in, if it kind of captivates our attention.
But sometimes those formulas fall flat.
Over time, if they don't realize that society doesn't stay still, they have to understand changes and adapt to it.
Anderson adds that voters may feel like their one ballot isn't going to change much, so they don't participate in elections.
There's always pressure on them to try to communicate effectively with the voters, make them understand that what they do in Jackson or in the local, say, county supervisor's office is meaningful and that their input is valuable.
Reporting in Lowndes County, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
Anderson now has his eye on what those candidates are doing leading up to the runoffs and the general election.